Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mex Mundo kitchen. Today's recipe is super simple. You won't need an oven, you won't need your stove. It's a really easy recipe, quick recipe, and it's for a homemade Jello coconut pineapple flavor. It's really yummy, it's smooth, creamy, it's delicious, so let's get started. The ingredients you need to make your Jello are 500 milliliters of coconut milk. The equivalent is 2 cups and a quarter. 1 can of condensed milk. 1 can of unsweetened condensed milk, 1 cream cheese. The one I'm using is 200 grams, which is the standard size, the normal one, but it varies from country to country, so it's just kind of that size, whichever one you find. 4 envelopes of unflavored gelatin. The equivalent is 28 grams or 1 ounce. 1/4 cup of cold water. 1/4 cup of boiling water. 340 grams of pineapple pieces. Okay, so let's get started. Super simple. In a bowl, put your cold water that I asked for, and in there we're going to hydrate our Jello. The box I'm using already has the 4 envelopes. I don't need to open another one. So you just open them and you pour the powder in there. The hydrating part is just that it's going to harden. Right now it's just going to be water with the little powder in there. Eventually it's going to be like a big sponge. Once it's hard, you're going to pour in your boiling water in there, or hot water, and melt it again. So you just stir with a spoon until it dissolves. Once that's done, the super easy part is next, which is putting everything in the blender except for the pineapple. We're going to put our coconut milk, our condensed milk, and our unsweetened condensed milk, our cream cheese, and the gelatin, which we just hydrated. And we're going to mix everything super well, and then we can go to the next part. Okay, so the coconut Jello is done. The pineapple pieces are here. I used canned pineapple. It's very sweet. I like it, but you can also use natural pineapple. That's completely up to you guys, what you want to use, what you have at home. The next part is the Jello. My Jello mold I had in the freezer for about 10-15 minutes. That's to make it easy to unmold. The coldness helps the Jello not attach too strong to the mold, so that when you want to unmold it, it comes out really easy. You can also grease your mold. Just do very light greasing. Don't over grease it, otherwise it's really disgusting. So the next part is also completely optional what you're going to do. In my case, I'm going to pour a bit of the coconut Jello. I'm going to pop it in the fridge and let it get solid, and then I'm going to put all of my pineapple pieces in the center and pour the rest of the Jello. I want it to kind of be like a pineapple ribbon in the middle. If you guys don't want to be putting it in and out of the fridge, what you can do is just put all your pineapple. Since it's heavy, it's going to stay on the bottom part, which will be the top part once you take it out, and pour all your Jello over it. It will still be absolutely delicious and beautiful. So that's completely up to you guys. Most desserts that I make that need refrigeration, I like leaving them overnight, so it's several hours and it really gets solid. But otherwise, all you have to do is just check for the Jello to be solid, and you can take it out as soon as that happens if you want to use it straight away. Otherwise, just leave it overnight and enjoy it the next day. Okay, so we are done making the Jello. Just a really quick tip, I'll try to explain it as simple and as fast as I can. One super important step when making Jello is hydrating your Jello and then dissolving it once it's hydrated. And a way to know that you did it wrong is when you have all the liquid, everything mixed, you're going to see these tiny little like bubbles, like grains. It's not going to look smooth, especially if it's a Jello that doesn't have any pieces of fruit or nuts or anything. It should be silky smooth otherwise. So if you see these little like bubbles or grains or whatever, it means you didn't do the Jello dissolving correctly. And this has a super simple solution. What you do is you pour that Jello into a saucepan and you heat it up. The heat automatically will dissolve the gelatin fully how it should be, and then the texture is going to be nice and smooth, which is what you're looking for. After that, you just let it cool down a bit, you put it in your mold, and then you can put it in your fridge. So that's super easy to fix. Don't try to do your Jello without dissolving the gelatin, the unflavored gelatin. Otherwise, it's just going to be kind of like a pudding. When you try to get it out of the mold, it's just going to crumble apart. It's not going to happen nicely. So just keep that in mind. And well, let's have a go at the yummy Jello we just made. So good. basically like being at the beach. A piña-colada in your mouth. Honestly amazing. You guys have to make this. It's really good. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoy this recipe.